What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's good, y'all? What's good? Y'all ready to get down? Y'all ready to, you know, get into this? So, in today's talk, we're gonna be talking about the secret societies and things they have done to us in the past, and why it's important to to listen when we're talking about exposing these secret societies. It's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. What's up, y'all? What's up? Hey, everybody. What's up, everybody in the chat? So, some things I want to go over because there's some things that people don't know about, they never heard of, that these secret societies, these elites, these cults of the world have been doing. The people in power have been doing for a very long time. So, we all know about the secret societies, guys. There are a lot of them. A lot of secret societies. A lot. And I know in the past, I spoke about Bohemian. I spoke about the Bilderberg Group. I spoke about a lot of different secret societies. But in the end, they're all connected to one huge occult. So you got the Freemasons. Like, there's a lot. So I'm going to pick one of these secret societies and we're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about them. You got the Order of the Owls. Like, I'm pretty sure some of you people have never heard of some of these secret societies ever. Why? Because they try to keep it away from us. They try to keep us, from knowing what's truly going on. So let's see which one I can click on. We can start with the famous Illuminati. So I'm pretty sure everybody already knows about the Illuminati. Everything about the Illuminati. Illuminati is one of the original secret societies that have found a lot of these other sections of the Illuminati. I mean, these sections, like they break off from branches. They break off from branches, and I'm sorry, guys. But as I was saying, guys, it's different branches. The Illuminati is the main one. The Illuminati is the ultimate secret society, as you see right here. Cable that stretches and tentacles of control and encompass the entire world. So the Illuminati is not just an individual country. This is around the entire world. Okay. The Illuminati was founded in the city Ingolstadt in southern Germany, monarchy of Bavaria. However you say it, guys. I can't say that crap. May 1st, 1776. So Illuminati was founded in the 1700s in Germany, which we all knew it was founded in Germany. Why do you think so much stuff happens in Germany? Why do you think Europe is so invested in Germany? Why is Germany able to have, two world wars? They had two world wars, and still right now has the strongest economy in Europe. Because secret societies were built there, and everybody invests their money in Germany. Germany has a lot of control. You know, Germany and Israel have a huge impact on that side of the world because a lot of the elite, powerful people are from Germany and Israel. You have a few from Britain, you got a few from France, you got a few from Russia, but the main ones reside in the Europe part, Germany, and the other section, Israel. Now, this group was formed to have control and influence. So, as the group's influence became more powerful, people around the world start to realize it. So, everybody wanted to try to find a way to join this so called brotherhood or whatever you want to call it. Everybody wanted a piece of this, even from royal families to rich people. Um, Everybody wanted a part of this, but this group was created by the elite of the elite. Everybody at one point in time assumed royal families were the top of the pedestal. No, just like today's age, people with money have complete control over the world. Complete control. You have money, you have power. If you control the resources, you control everything else. And that's what formed the Illuminati. Having the resources and having the money will give you control of the world, because if you control all the natural resources, you will control the world. And that's what we're seeing with this. People who control the natural resources, they have the wealth, they control governments around the world, and they control uh, uh, countries. They control a lot of things because they invested money in them. Invested money. And they did a lot of things behind the scene. That's how they dictate our life. They dictate everything that happens is because they made it happen. They chose for it to happen. So the Bavarian Illuminati, we're going to talk about this one because this is actually a very, very important one. This is a very important secret society that a lot of people do not know about. And it's hard to explain when people don't have the knowledge of what this secret society is about. You got to say all these things originate from the Illuminati. Okay, so I'm going to read some of this stuff off to you. The most famous political secret society of all time, the most famous countless conspiracy theories and paranoid fantasies for more than 2 centuries. The ancient Illuminati series of Bavaria was founded May 1st, 1776 by a professor at the University of Ingolstadt named Adam Weishaupt and 4 of his friends. Weishaupt was an avid student of liberal ideas proposed by Voltaire, Diderot, and other French philosophers at the time. He hoped to foster progressive ideas in conservative and tinsel Catholic Bavaria, and especially at his universities where liberal faculty members struggled against a clique of ex-jujitsus who influenced and remained intact even after Society of Jesus had been dissolved in 1773. He became a Freemason in 1774, but found the Crafts ban on political and religious discussions little to his taste. The birth of the Illuminati in 1776 was a logical result in an attempt to use Masonic model as a tool for liberal cultural politics. See, this is how they tie politics into cults. The Illuminati was built, the Illuminati was built around controlling governments and having influence over politicians and creating a world that was controlled by a cult and not by the politicians. This cult right here is most famously known for influencing politicians and pushing their beliefs on the rest of the world. Why would they do that? Well, because when you control the politics and you control the people that make the laws, you have influence over the people. You have influence on on making profit. You have influences on laws that are being made. You control everything that you need in order to stuff your pocket with monies. You have everything you need to put more money in your pocket. And the wealth that they were slowly growing at the time that they started creating these secret societies became an addiction. And then the addiction went to, you know, an obsession for some people. And then you had it where they start making people sell their souls to join. They start doing these rituals. They start doing all type of um, secret rituals that a lot of us find very demonic. Very demonic. So as society started to develop and become more modern, so were the techniques they were using. So let's see. We're not going to too much go into too much detail about that because I want to discuss different topics. I just really wanted to, go into the secret societies, but there's so much in secret societies that I can't possibly tell you everything I want to tell you guys. But a lot of things that secret societies have done in the past are still affecting us now. Government cover ups and conspiracy theories. So we all know because the Illuminati controls the government, everything they do is covered up. It's covered up. But they don't let us know that. They don't teach us this. The idea that the US government perhaps is in cooperation with other national governments is covering up evidence related to paranormal, particularly in regard to UFOs and extraterrestrials, cattle mutilation, and mysterious creatures that appear to be half human, half animal, has circulated for many years. Now, this is something we all talk about. Humans, half human, half animals, that have actually, from what I heard, were animals that were created and they've escaped from laboratory and been seen by people. They've been killing farm creatures, destroying cattle for a very long time. Now, these mysterious creatures have not been identified, and that's because the government has been working hard to make sure they won't be identified. Such conspiracies are said to include a combination of government officials and includes from private sectors such as leaders of major corporations. Now, these leaders from major corporations have a huge connect to the governments around the world, and a lot of conspiracies and a lot of you got to think some of the stuff that they use, whether it's vaccines or whatever, are all created and have to be tested on something. So these corporations reach out to the government and try to get permission or get test dummies to use this stuff on. A lot of people go missing, guys. A lot of people go missing. Why are they going missing? Can anybody tell me why they're going missing? Because they're being taken by the government, never to be seen again, taken to these secret laboratories and used as test dummies. This happens all the time. There are thousands of missing people that have been kidnapped by their own governments and these major corporations to be used as test dummies and have their body and their DNA manipulated, and they turn into something that is not normal, or they're creating something that's not normal, and they're using these humans as the starting point. In regard to UFOs, some people believe that the US government is working with extraterrestrial beings to hide information from the public. Now, this is actually true. Some of the secret bases in America, they are working with extraterrestrials. It's been said by people that work there. There have been a situation where people know that extraterrestrials have been captured. There are some that are alive. There are some that are dead. That's how technology has advanced as fast as it did. Now, you guys don't think that society and technology is just advancing this fast because we're so smart. No, 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 no. That is not the case. Technology is advancing because we have extraterrestrials, we have UFOs, we have spacecraft from aliens. They have defined what we call on Earth gravity, and our physics. They don't follow the physics laws that we go by. Why? Because they're interdimensional beings that have come from a different dimension, and their dimension is much different from ours. Our dimension is not as complicated. So their vehicles are created on how their dimension goes. So some of the things that their vehicles and their UFOs or spacecraft, whatever you want to call it, are able to do because they were built in a much more advanced dimension. So coming to a less advanced dimension, their vehicles are just the things they can do blows our mind. We can't understand it, but yet the global elite won't tell us this. The global elite are trying to use this stuff to manipulate time, manipulate portals, and go to where they're coming from to get more resources, more technology, and bring it back. So, right now, our governments are trying to reverse engineer to the point where we can go through dimensions. But because our dimension is not as advanced, it's almost impossible for us to do it unless we figure out how these things work. But we're not built, we were not created to figure this stuff out. Our governments won't tell us that. They will keep it from us. They will hide these things from us. They keep these secrets from us all the time. But the scary part is people are allowing this. People are allowing these things to happen. The cover ups by the government and these large corporations from the public eye is very scary. And a lot of people in the public don't try to expose these things. They don't try to shed light on it. And anybody that does, that has a platform that tries to shed light on it, they're damn crazy. Either they're put in jail, they're killed, and somehow or somehow randomly committed suicide. Something's going to happen to them. Skeptics dismiss claims of government cover-ups, saying that many who believe in them are mentally ill. My point exactly what I said. If you go against what the government says and you bring up these conspiracies, they say you're mentally ill, you're crazy, you're suicidal, all these things, they make the media make you look crazy. They control the media, so they control the narrative. They control how the world views you. On the other hand, some psychologists say that such theories are not necessarily symptoms of mental illness. Instead, they are created simply because people find comfort in the idea that everything happens for a reason. In other words, when faced with a mysterious, seemingly unexplainable event, people prefer to even a far-fetched explanation over none at all. Psychologists go on to note that the government, because of its powers, is often impersonal nature, and the occasionally case of misconduct on the part of some officials is seen as having means of perpetrating a cover-up. Now, they are trying to cover up the government for making cover-ups. The government has been covering up this stuff for a very long time, and a lot of conspiracies that they say that have happened in the past, they're trying to discredit us to say they don't happen. You know, there are so many conspiracies that we've called the government out on and actually come out to be true in the future. Come out to be true. The government came up with the the word conspiracy and conspiracy theories in order to discredit those who are exposing the truth, to make it seem as if it's not real and it's just them thinking very far-fetched and not actually having any facts, but they're just making up things that are crazy. Because if they do this, people are less likely to believe the actual truth that's going on out there. If they think they come up with something like conspiracies, they anything that goes against them or is exposing what they do, they say it's a conspiracy. They say it's a conspiracy. And the most conspiracy theories are based on the notion that the US government does not want people to know that extraterrestrials are visiting Earth because this information might cause mass panic and chaos throughout America. Fueling such theories is the fact that during the 1950s, US officials did take certain action to squelch rumors that aliens were visiting Earth, and their stated reason was indeed that they feared mass panic. See, it's been going on since the 50s. The 50s. Why is it? The government does fear mass panic. Now, governments just last year released UFO footage. Now they're releasing this stuff that they said were conspiracy theories and was not true. They started releasing information on it. Same thing with JFK assassination. They were just released a whole bunch of files on his assassination. But these were things that they said were conspiracy theories at the time. But now that it's coming out that it's the truth, the people that expose this are looking more and more like the smart ones in the deal. We knew what was going on. We knew exactly what happened. We know how the government operates. And it's always the US government. Why the US government? Because we have the most influence on the world. The New World Order starts right here in the US because those in power have so much control over here that why make it anywhere else when they have to basically get some of these leaders to fall in place? They don't want to start assassinating leaders over again. The US has influence. They make the US implement their rule of law in the rest of the world. Everything goes through the US. Anything that is found or seen is reported to the United States government. Doesn't matter what country. And if you're in a country and you don't report something like a UFO sighting or a crash UFO, you don't report it to the United States. Well, you're breaking the international law. You are. In 1953, for example, U.S. Central Intelligence Agency created the Robertson Panel, whose job supposedly was to examine evidence that UFO sightings were of spacecraft. However, the panel clearly made it no serious efforts to investigate such reports. After only 4 days of meeting in which they neglected to examine many of the UFO reports that they were charged with studying, the panel members concluded that most UFO sightings were due to the misidentification of ordinary objects like airplanes and weather balloons, and the rest of the sightings were due to hallucinations, mass hysteria, and outright fabrication. The Robinson panel then recommended that the U.S. Air Force aggressively work to dismiss or discredit these sightings so that the UFO hysteria would end. So they didn't even want to look into it. Didn't even want to look into it. Why? Because they knew exactly what was going on, and the fear that the public would find out and panic was all they were worried about. So they covered it up. They covered it up. They covered it up. So US government has been very good at hiding information from its citizens. Its citizens have been very terrible at questioning the government for years. Now we're finally at a time in history where we're exposing the government and people are actually there for it. People are supporting it much more now than they were 50 years ago, 60 years ago, 70 years ago. People are actually questioning things now, questioning society, questioning the rule of law, questioning the government. Some UFO conspiracy theorists, however, propose a more sinister reason for the government secrecy surrounding UFOs. They suggest that the government officials have made a deal with extraterrestrials, promising to keep their activities on Earth secret in exchange for access to advanced technology. This is what I was just talking about, guys. I've been saying this for a while. Our governments have made contracts with extraterrestrials for advanced technologies. This is why technology has advanced so fast. Because of this. Because of our government, working with those in power. So this idea is central to elaborate UFO theory known as dark side hypothesis. Under this theory, after finding the wreck of an alien spacecraft in Roswell, New Mexico in 1947, the U.S. government established a 12-member council known as the Majestic 12, MJ12, to handle any communications between aliens and humans. So Roswell was really the start of everything. All the UFO discussion. Now, UFOs have been coming around in history. There have been things in Egypt and pyramid. There's all types of things that ancient humans have, descripted of seeing aliens and UFO spacecraft before we even able to fly. So this has been around for a very long time. But after World War II is when we seen a big spark in these things, a big spark in UFOs. That's because we already know Adolf Hitler was communicating with extraterrestrials way before um, anybody else. He was already creating his own UFO. He was already reverse engineering UFOs. He was the first to come in contact with them. And they were giving him advanced technology. That was an advantage Germany had in World War II. A big advantage. So, you know, distinguished scientists, politicians, and military officials, the men of the MJ-12 are said to have met with aliens in 1954. At this meeting, they supposedly learned that the aliens called the Greys were one of 9 alien races who needed human DNA in order to reverse a physical decline due to inbreeding and other genetic problems. Consequently, the MJ-12 agreed to allow aliens to conduct their genetic research on unexpected humans. In exchange, the MJ-12 received alien technology, including spacecraft. In some versions of the dark side hypothesis, the MJ-12 agreed to help aliens conquer and colonize Earth. According to this version, when then President John F. Kennedy learned about this plot, MJ-12 had him assassinated. Wow. So JFK was supposedly assassinated after he found out the MJ-12 was going to allow aliens to conquer and colonize Earth. Now, this is where people have been saying we're going to see an alien invasion. A lot of people say a fake alien invasion, real or fake. It's been planned for years. And when the president of the United States found out about this, John F. Kennedy at the time, and right now he's been on talk of the past couple of weeks because they released a lot of documents on his assassination, saying a lot of other things had to do with it. This right here is saying that he was assassinated because he found out the MJ-12 was going to allow aliens to, one, take humans, study them, use them to breed. So basically, people go missing. MJ-12 had something to do with it. And they were also going to let these aliens conquer Earth, just like Britain and France did for a long time, conquer Spain, conquer countries, colonize them, basically treat people like slaves and like they weren't good enough. They were going to allow this to happen to the whole Earth for their benefit. And I'm pretty sure they would be, offered high positions and things of that sort. Once John F. Kennedy found out about this and went to reverse this, along with other things as far as, the Federal Reserve, this all played a part in his assassination because he was actually for the people, and these guys weren't. They were for themselves, they were for money, they were for control, and they were for power. John F. Kennedy was killed because of this. So a lot of things play a part in this, guys. A lot of things play a part. Now, we're going to go more in detail about this, guys. So I'm going to end this live right now. But when I start back up, we will be doing a part 2 because I have so much to talk about. Let me know in the comment section what you think, guys. Let me know in the comment section what you want to do. What would you like me to discuss next? And we'll be back. Roberto Conspiracy Files checking out, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video.